Did you guys know that Trey Lance's brother is in this draft? His name is Bryce Lance. He's a wide receiver. He's 6'3", 204 pounds. He ran a 4.34. His athleticism score is a 99 out of 99 on NFL.com. They say he has traits or talent to be an above average backup. They give him a 6 flat prospect grade. 4.34 40, 1.49 10-yard split, 41.5-inch vertical jump, 7 flat 3 cone. Damn, dude. 4.15 20-yard shuttle. Just off the charts and everything. Here's what they say about him. Fifth-year senior with 2 seasons of explosive production as boundary target. Lance lacks release quickness, short area agility as a route runner, but possesses outstanding ball skills and positional instincts that allow him to create catch space. He has run-by speed on the FS level, but won't be able to rely on pure gas to beat NFL coverage. Are you sure about that? He will have to spend more time polishing up his route work. Lance needs a more intentional route tree on the next level, but he's smart, has good ball skills, and should compete for a role as a backup. Man, he sounds so much like his brother. He's got the athleticism. Of course, he needs to learn how to play the position, but he probably can. Strengths, posted 2,000 receiving yards, 25 scores the last 2 seasons. Real build-up speed as a route progresses vertically. Good suddenness to stop and present on stop routes. Footwork and play strength create space at the top of the route. Intentional with bodying and shielding corners from his catch space. Blue chip ball tracking and hand strength to finish deep throws, makes athletic adjustments for back shoulder wins. Stabs throws outside his frame with sudden sticky hands. Weaknesses, limited exposure to explosive athletes across from him. Will need to diversify and refine his release against pro press. Below average short area quickness and agility. That's not true. That's not true. Early lean tips off outbreakers, and he will fail to widen windows out of turns. Struggles to sink hips and quickly snap off comebacks. Allows the football into his frame as a pass catcher. Okay, so he's a project. The Niners don't have a good wide receiver coach in Leonard Hankerson. He hasn't really done anything with the projects he's gotten. And he's Trey Lance's brother. Could you imagine how upset the Lance family would be if the 49ers drafted another Lance? Can you imagine what Trey has told Bryce about his experience with the Niners? I would imagine it wouldn't be good. Now, John Lynch did seem to work very hard to keep that relationship okay. When Lance came to the Niners and faced him, what was it, this preseason? Lynch went on the field and gave him a hug, and I don't know if he gave him a hug, but he shook his hand. Might have given him a hug. Kyle didn't. Lynch even said at the time he wanted to draft his brother. He's like, his brother's in high school. All I could think about was how much I wanted to draft him when he was scouting Trey. Can you imagine if Trey had 4.3 speed like Bryce? He'd actually be really good. I think that was the big thing that the Niners were surprised about with Trey. I think they understood the kind of passer he would be, but I think they felt that he could run so fast that it wouldn't matter. But then he didn't have the speed to really get the edge. He tried a few times and got smacked. I remember Justin Reed hit him really hard when he was facing Houston. And so they kind of had to like use him as Tim Tebow as a runner, where we're like, all right, well, we're just going to run you between the tackles because you can't get the edge like RG3 could or like Bryce Lance could. Like Trey couldn't play wide receiver in the NFL. He might be able to play tight end, maybe. But hey, the guy I just described, Bryce Lance, does that sound like a good fit with Brock Purdy? I don't know. It's like he doesn't have a route tree, but if you have a quarterback with a freaking cannon, you could hit people down the field on some big plays. Sounds like Christian Watson, who also went to North Dakota State and was playing with Trey Lance back there. I mean, if you put Bryce Lance on the Packers, if you put Bryce Lance on the Seahawks with Sam Darnold, he could absolutely hit Bryce Lance down the field on some play action throws. But you put Bryce Lance on the Niners, is Purdy going to throw the deep bomb to him? Hit him in stride? I mean, that's not really what Purdy does. Purdy wants a wide receiver who runs a 4.8. That's sort of his ideal running mate. He wants Juwan Jennings. He wants a guy who will run an 8-yard route on 3rd and 7 and make the catch while getting hit by 3 people. He wants a guy that will go up and catch a pass that's overthrown by 3 feet. and turn an interception into a first down. How many times does Brock Purdy throw go routes? He probably threw 4 to Brandon Ayuk all time. I don't know that Trey Lance is, and again, I wonder if he even met with the Niners. I wonder if he would do that. I wonder how the Lances feel. Because, yeah, maybe the Lances feel like the Niners ruined Trey's career. Or maybe the Lances feel like, they gave Trey a shot and Trey just couldn't do it. And now he's been on 3 teams and he just isn't an NFL quarterback. I don't know. But I want the Niners to draft Trey Lance's brother just because I feel like I got so many views and hits covering Trey Lance that I feel like I could get even more covering his brother. Just personally, just, self-interest, greed. That's why I want the Niners to draft Trey Lance's brother. Is he a good fit? No. But he's a good fit for my YouTube channel. Let's check out some super chats. KRNARMG says Niners always draft for need every year. True that. Marcel Wilkerson has been a member for 29 months. Thank you. Then he just gifted 5 Grant Cohn memberships to the people in the chat. I'm not exactly sure how that works, but that sounds very generous of you. Thank you, Marcel. I appreciate that. Someone get on that. There are 5 Grant Cohn memberships just hanging around, floating around. Someone claim them. Corey Coleman says, Grant, it's not Shanahan's offensive system. Seattle just won the Super Bowl with it. It's the Jimmies and Joes in the trenches. Niners will not be relevant until they fix this simple fact. Well, I mean, Shanahan's system has won Super Bowls. His dad won Super Bowls with it. Gary Kubiak won the Super Bowl with it in Denver. And like you said, Seattle just did. It's not necessarily the system. It's the play caller. It's the fact that Kyle Shanahan has choked in 3. He's had leads, and he's gotten away from the system, which is a run-first system. He starts passing with leads in Super Bowls in the 3rd quarter. He's done it 3 times in a row. That has nothing to do with the system. That has everything to do with the play caller. And in the 4th quarter, his offensive lines have folded. Part of the reason he can't run the ball in the second half of Super Bowls with the lead is because everyone knows that's how you're supposed to win games. His offensive line isn't good enough to push people around and wear people down. Harbaugh's did. He called it grounding the meat. You have a big offensive line and you run the ball. Usually that D-line should be cooked by the end of the game, but not against the Niners. So, yeah, go get Ioane.